Hello, Living Dead Dolls fans. This is Josh, aka Doggiepants, and I'm coming at you in partnership with Mezco Toys for another Living Dead Dolls review. So I'm very excited today because we're going to be taking a look at the newest series of Living Dead Dolls, which is Living Dead Dolls Series 35, or the 20th anniversary set, however you want to say it. But I got them in, and I'm super excited to show them to you. So I've been waiting for these dolls for a long time, as many of you have. So let's jump right into it, shall we? I'm going to start with the coffin. Now I'm going to show you the regular coffin first. We'll take a look at the mystery doll coffin in a second, but just want to kind of give you a heads up what this is. Standard Living Dead Dolls black coffin, nothing new there. I will say that the plastic cover does have a little 20th anniversary sticker. Now, what you're going to see with this coffin is it's built the same way as Resurrection Frozen Charlotte's coffin was built. So I guess they're getting rid of the tissue paper, which is fine by me. I don't mind. You know, it was always hard keeping it in pristine condition. But I will say that this plastic is a little unusual in that the plastic goes right over the doll's face. So it almost makes them look a little glossy while they're displayed in the coffin. So just be a heads up. Just have a heads up of that. This one is Candy Rotten's. So there is the chipboard for this series. It is the same chipboard for all of them. Obviously the name in the poem is different, but it does have a picture of the four main dolls. It has a 20 in the background with a sulfur symbol in it, and then the name of the doll in the poem. But yeah, pretty nice. Some gates there that are open, which I'm digging. But yeah, but that is the coffin. I'll show you, because I've got the mystery doll in the mystery coffin, so you can take a look at what a doll looks like behind that plastic, just so you're aware. But yeah, let's jump right in. How I'm going to do this too, heads up, is I'm going to, because I usually rank from my least favorite to my favorite, I'm still going to do that, but only with the main four dolls. It feels weird bringing in the mystery doll, because that's really, it's part of this set, but it's almost a set within itself, which we'll get to in a minute. So I'm going to rank the four main dolls, and then we'll take a look at the mystery doll at the end. But here goes. This was hard too, because I really do like all these dolls. This is a really good series, I guess. My first up is Galeras, the volcano doll. She is beautiful and fantastic, and I like her so much more than I did in the promo shots. I liked her in the promo shots, but when the doll came, I was like, oh my gosh, she's really pretty. Yeah, so let's take a look at her outfit. Shoeless doll, no socks, no shoes on this doll, which is kind of all right for me. She's got kind of a beachy vibe going on, so I'm kind of digging it. This material is almost, it's not quite as thin as like a muslin, but it's a really light kind of linen material going on here. So it is off-white, and what you probably are not going to be able to see in this video and did not realize in the promo shots is there is the slightest pattern, like floral pattern, all in white on this material. So it is really pretty. If you look closely, you can see it. So she's got this really simple skirt that's bunched right there at the waist. This is two separate pieces. They're not attached. The skirt does Velcro right here up the back. And then we've got this half shirt up top with some sleeves. Now there is no Velcro on this shirt, so you cannot take the top off, but you can take the bottom off. I mean, you can take the top off, but you got to pop the doll's head off, which I'm not really into. One of the things that makes this doll so unique is her really cool hat, which is a new accessory for the Living Dead dolls, and I'm always loving it when we get something new. They didn't reuse an old hat, which I dig. It's a floppy hat, and it's all cotton. It's not plastic like we see with a lot of the other hats. It does have the like standard black ribbon around the base of the hat here. We see that with almost all the hats for the Living Dead dolls. It is a black cotton. There is some sewing kind of around the circle, 4 concentric circles right there. And it fits really nicely on her head. Now there's no wire or anything to hold this in place. It's just a floppy hat, but it fits nicely, looks good on the doll. I really dig it. I'm going to set this hat aside so we can take a look at her face and her hair. Boom! There is the face for Galeras. Really beautiful face. She's got this smoky kind of blackish eye with yellow eye and then flames in the center. We also see some flames coming off the side of her eyes and some flames coming out of her mouth, which goes with the whole volcano vibe of Galeras. Now, what makes this doll especially wonderful is her gorgeous, gorgeous hair. It's extremely thickly rooted. It's got a really lovely wave to it. Look at those curls. Sometimes with the curls on Living Dead dolls, the hair is really not the greatest shape, but this one you can get your fingers through really nicely. It lays beautifully. It looks fantastic on the doll. For those of you that are into doll hair, sounds a little kinky, but if you like it, this is the doll for you. Galeras, fabulous doll, love her. In fourth place, but only because the other ones are so fantastic. So that's her. Let's keep moving forward, shall we? Next up, and this was really tough, and I'm still having a hard time with it. But next up for me, and let me just fix something on her. There we go. Is boom, Legion. I know, right? I'm sure this is a lot of people's favorite doll this series. I just love the other two so much. But Legion is fantastic. And if you watch the video with Ed and Damien, they kind of talk about where they got the concept of the name Legion. They refer to the fans as their legions, which is really cool because in her poems, she kind of refers to we a lot, which is pretty rad. So Legion has the standard Living Dead Dolls witchy boots, right? And then she's got this gorgeous coat. I mean, this coat is absolutely insane. The quality of this coat is not something we usually see with the outfits of Living Dead dolls. It is so perfectly made, it fits her like a glove. It's also a material that we don't ever see. It's slightly sparkly, a really deep blue color, and it does have just the slightest bit of give to it. There's these two beautiful seams that go down the back of the coat, and then there are... Oh, and the coat is... Velcros all down the front. Now you're going to see these fake buttons on the front, but that is just for show. The other thing that's really great about this coat is it has these satin lapels. Do you see that? So the material is satin and they're pinned down here. So a lot of times when we see those lapels, they kind of stick up for Living Dead dolls. Not with Legion. It's really made well and beautiful. And if that wasn't enough, ladies and gentlemen and everybody in between, this awesome, awesome doll is wearing a velvet catsuit. Now, you're probably not seeing it very well in this video. Let me pull the coat up so you can kind of see what's going on here. It is a one-piece velvet catsuit with footies. I mean, it goes all the way down to her toes. So she doesn't need socks or anything. They fit nicely in the boots. You're also not going to have this ride up because it goes all the way around, and I love it. Gorgeous velvet catsuit. Come on, Legion. Come on, girl. You awesome. All right, so it also has this little bit of ribbon that goes down the front with 4 fake buttons and a high collar on this doll as well. Gorgeous. Love her, love her, love her. Her face, beautiful as well. She really feels like an old Living Dead doll. Feels like Series 2 to me. She's got this gray, smoky eye. It's airbrushed. It's not like the smudgy eye. Black lips, a nice black arched eyebrow, I mean. And then, yeah, she does have this little branching that comes down her forehead, and you see that same branching make its way on the side of her face, both sides actually right there. But I think that's it for the branching. I don't see it on any other part of her body. Granted, I haven't taken the catsuit off. That seems like quite an ordeal. So if you want to do some exploring, feel free. But that is her. Her hair is cool. It's a beautiful color. I love the black and the blue together. It is messy, and I think it's intentionally messy. It's not like the Lizzie Borden bun. Like, I'll show you the back. It's kind of every which way going on there with tendrils hanging out pretty much everywhere. It's also one of those dolls where you don't want to take the hair down. It's rooted just around the base of the hair and then pulled back. So if you were to take it down, she would just be bald on the top. So just be aware of that. And I understand why they do it, because if you have that hair bunched up like that, if it was completely rooted, I mean, it would just be huge and it would be unmanageable. So yeah, she does have these cute little tendrils hanging down. They've got a slight curl to them, and there is gel in these, heads up. But I kind of like the way that they look, so I'm leaving them be. But yeah, but that's Legion. Let's keep moving. Now, anybody that knows me in Living Dead dolls knows that since 2002, I have been waiting for Candy Rotten, which in any normal world, we would assume that she'd be my favorite, but Eve just eked her out, so I'm going to be looking at Candy Rotten, which I can't believe I'm saying because I love Candy, but Eve is perfect, and we'll get to her in a minute. All right, so let's take a look at Candy Rotten. Huzzah! We finally got a Candy Rotten doll, a pink Candy Rotten haired doll, and she's awfully cute. So she's got the standard little Living Dead Dolls shoes with socks, which I appreciate. Her dress is about as simple as they come. It's kind of a little rockabilly looking going on. It is all one piece. Now, it's two different types of fabric. There's like a really standard black cotton on the bottom, and the top is just a slightly different black material. I'm not sure why they did that, but it looks good. I will say with this doll in particular, you want to be careful. You may have to clean her up if you are really particular about your dolls, but there is a little bit of staining from this black dress. So just a heads up on that. She's got pretty simple, they're not ribbon, which we usually see in these kind of tops. It's actually the same material. It's a little fuzzy. It's not quite a velvet, but it's got a little fuzz to it, this top part. Yeah. Her face is really simple. Feels like the old Exorcist, which is kind of what her face looked like in the old Handmaid's dolls. So she's got an intense eyebrow there. She's got the Manson X on her forehead, black lips, and then her eyes are kind of an ice blue color. Pretty simple with some top eyelashes and some bottom. She's got great, great tattoos. We've got the pretty standard candy rotten heart with the barbed wire around it. And we've got pink cotton candy on one arm and blue cotton candy on the other. And then what people haven't seen is she has tattoos on the back of her arms as well. 2 daggers going down the back of her arms, which I always appreciate when there's a little detail that we weren't expecting for a Living Dead doll. Her hair is adorable. Pink cotton candy going on with this doll. It is a little choppy in the back, but I think that's kind of intentional. It gives it a little bit of a shape. It almost has kind of a Farrah Fawcett wave back going, which I'm digging. But yeah, that's Candy Rotten. Pretty quick and simple for her, but I love her. Again, this series feels so much like a throwback to old Living Dead dolls, which I'm digging. So, obviously that means that my favorite of the main 4 is in fact Eve. This doll is absolutely beautiful and feels like it could have easily been part of series 1 or 2. She is gorgeous. Now, if you don't know the story of Eve, Eve is one of the dolls that they created for this Japanese art show a few years back, quite a few years back actually, and there were 3 different dolls. Eve was one of them. She came with a basket of apples. This one unfortunately does not come with her basket. You'd have to create it for yourself if you want, but she is very, very cute. So she also has the standard little Mary Jane shoes for Living Dead dolls. She has socks as well, but they're a little bit taller, which I'm digging. Her outfit is a really thin cotton material, and it is gray. It's beautiful, though. We've got these fake buttons on the front, a little bit of folded detail there, but that's all fake. The Velcro to get her in is actually on the back of the dress. We have a little bit of lace that goes right around the bottom of the bodice, and then some lace around her sleeve. There is a little bit of elastic to kind of give it a little bit of a poof on the sleeve there, which is nice. That same lace material is around the top of the neck, and there's also a white button up there. So pretty simple dress, gorgeous though. Her face is fantastic and feels so traditionally Living Dead dolls. We've got the bloodshot eye, the gray eyes which match her gray dress, the really intense black lip, and then the black eyebrows. Very similar to Candy Rotten's eyebrows actually. Her hair is also extremely thickly rooted. Beautiful, lays nicely, has a little bit of curl to it as well. So really, it just frames her face nicely. I really like this doll. I think she is so, so pretty. And I know a lot of people were stoked when they realized she was going to be part of Series 35. So yeah, that's Eve, everybody. Which means we're on to the final doll of the mystery box, which I know everybody's been waiting to see what these are, and we've already seen 2 of them, which we saw Posey, and we saw this doll, which is the Exorcist, which I'm going to get to in a second. But look at that beautiful coffin. It's very shiny. Living Dead Dolls has a question mark with a 20 there on the bottom. And I'm going to take this black cover off so you can see what's going on underneath. And you'll see what I mean about the plastic. So you see how the plastic covers the face? It does kind of almost make them look shiny, but still very beautiful. Here is the chipboard. It's that same gate, but we have the drawing of the original doll on the back with a picture of the new doll on the bottom. No poem for The Exorcist, heads up. But I did look at her death certificate, and it's the same poem there for her old death certificate. But let's go ahead and take her out of this plastic so you can see what's going on with this doll. Ooh. Here she be. She's actually a little funny, which I kind of like about her. She's cutesy. She has, she's a little more cutesy than the original one. But I dig her. I love the dress. So starting off, we've got the Mary Jane shoes, little white socks, and then she's got this gorgeous, gorgeous purple dress. So it is a cotton material. It's white at the bottom, and then we've got this purple color with this white design going around it there. And then she's got this gorgeous bow. Now this is all one piece and it does Velcro up the back, heads up. But the bow has got actually 3 layers to it. I'm gonna try to show you. See how they can pull up a little bit there? So that big bow right there in the front, 3 layers. That kind of center ribbon, although it's cotton, it's not really a ribbon, does go all the way around as well. And then she's got a puffy sleeve with that same kind of white line on the bottom of the sleeve there. This is a curved doll, so she can hold on to her basket, which I'll show you in a second. And then obviously she's got the very, very fuzzy hood, right? And the way that this hood works, it's a separate piece from the dress, and it does a Velcro up the back. Think like Krampus's hood, so you can just un-Velcro it. And I have to say, it's actually pretty easy to get on and off, which is a nice thing to find out. Sometimes getting the Exorcist's hood off in the original, oops, just dropped that, can be a little difficult. The last thing I want to mention for this doll is she does have a noose around her neck. It is actual rope, not plastic, and it does kind of slide up and down to loosen it, which is pretty cool. So it's actually kind of like a little noose. Let's go ahead and take a look at her face. So her face is she's got a bright red lip, and then she's got a little bit of this purple shading around her mouth, which matches her hair. Where I think this doll looks a little more cartoony than some of the other Living Dead dolls we've seen in the past, I think it's the yellow shading around her eyes versus the blue. And then she's got a pretty intense black eyebrow with the Charlie Manson X on her forehead as well. She's got the standard Exorcist purple bob with bangs, which I love. It's pretty nicely rooted, in great shape. She's just a cutesy doll. She does come with her oh-so-famous basket, with the little green grass going on in there. And then she does have a roach, which we've seen with all the Exorcists in the past, but this one does have a 20 on it, which is pretty cool. But yeah, but that is the Mystery Doll Exorcist for Series 35. So that's it, y'all. I'm going to pull all of them up here. I'm not going to put her hood back on, just because that could be a bit much. I just want to make sure we display them all together so you can see them. Oh, Eve, I love you so much. There we go. Here we go. Oh, hey. So that's Series 35 and the Mystery Doll. Now I'm going to do my best to track down the other Mystery Dolls. We know that there's Posey and Exorcist. What could the other 3 possibly be? Well, you'll have to wait and find out and see what's released online. But yeah, but that's them. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, I'm going to try to finish off my series reviews pretty quickly because I'm going to start selling them off. So, but thanks for watching. You all take care, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.